Um, but as I say, like, here we are inside in the parents' closet again, which is like a little bit eerie, I must say. There must be like another. So there's another panel that we haven't seen yet because we've opened the other ones, which is like just next to Sam's room. As I was saying, like the first story that they decide to reveal to us is Terence Greenbrier's like his career going down the shitter, and you also know that he's like the nephew of Oscar Mason. So what you must like start to think is isn't this like where the isn't this where it is? Is it? Maybe it's like another one. Oh, it's like across the hall, I guess. Um, so what it almost makes you start to think is, okay, I'm going in like completely the wrong direction here. I need to like be over here. I need to like press the right buttons as well. What it kind of almost makes you fall into the trap of thinking that this isn't just going to be like a story about um, uncovering family secrets and uncovering the story of um, uncovering like the secret emotional sexual awakening of Sam, or the okay, so zero. Okay, so now I have a hello, hello. Who are you, Oscar? What you want to come back? And that actually fits in quite well because it almost makes you think. Okay, is how do I get to the backpack? Look closer. Check items 1 or I. Um, 0501. Okay. Um, it almost kind of leads you to believe that that Terrence is going to go psycho as well. Because first of all, he's the nephew of Oscar Mason, so you kind of like think, oh, he has like it must run in the family or whatever. You think about like the stress that he's going through. Obviously, they've been shoplifting T-shirts here, herself and Lonnie. Um, they've been. You think he is going to go psycho? Oh my God, Gillian Anderson, who doesn't love her? Um, you start to think like he's going to go psycho as well. This is obviously a picture of Lonnie in '94 with the red dyed hair.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Aww. And you really start to like feel happy for Sam. Like, I mean, how could you not? But what you don't know about is you don't know, which I suppose is the big worry, and this is like me speaking from personal experience. One of the things that you worry about is, okay, well, now that I have a fucking clue who I am and where these feelings come from, um, and I know that I'm okay with it. How am I going to be sure that other people are okay with it as well? Because that's not something that you can be really sure about. Um, so that's part of the puzzle that we haven't pieced together yet. But the thing is, what you do know is, okay, well, there's quite a lot of tension in the household because there's tension between her parents because of their relationship. There's like the there's like Terrence's like job situation or his career situation. The fact that his like writing career is basically in the crapper. They don't even want his reviews anymore. Cordial invite you to having Thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flourful potatoes. Oh no, flavorful potatoes. And also, it was weird being around your parents for that long. But it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Oh, very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. A fancy man, quite. He's like the Monopoly man. Dear Miss DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciate the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again sometime next year, shall we? Indeed, Madame Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. Oh my god. So this is kind of, gathering from the chips, or like the potato chips or whatever, and the fact that the key to the basement was in her locker. This almost is kind of
It's different now.
her secret place,
I
I
mean, we
guess.
still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, so you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Oh my god, I love this because, like, this is basically, like, my version of the exact same assignment that my sister got. And Ovum starts to develop, and obviously I'm like this goody two shoes, like perfect daughter. It's like I'm Olga and Sam is Helga because I get a tick plus, whatever that's supposed to mean. Um, Here's me. I'm kind, amazing, intelligent, talented, light-hearted, important, and nice. Important. Like, could you imagine being called important compared to your sister? Um, Here's obviously one of my blue ribbons first for science or some garbage. This scared me the first time I came in here in the game because there's just something really creepy about this furnace. It's like that part in Beauty and the Beast where where the cooker kind of rears up and he's like, whoa! Like, and he terrifies them. Some knocked over old lamp here. Samantha Greenbrier, congratulations. I'm pleased to inform you of your mission to create a writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars for the 1995 session. I believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community. Based on your portfolio, I'm pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer. Oh, cool. Documentation delineates your schedule. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students. Oh, cool.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Oh, those like 2 little kinstone heart things. Also this, what were they doing? They like cut out her head of her like grandfather, who was obviously some professor or something, and what was she doing? Like sticking her head into it. How hilarious. Kids these days, I tell you. That's one of her dad's crummy books. Sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. Okay, so this is like her dad sent it to his dad. Next, recognize my son as the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear and which he fears. Believe your work was successful, but the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional Dei ex machina. The great authors speak of their lives milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement. Oh my god. Jeez, as if like Terrence needed another punch to the self-esteem. I think he was doing okay without that. Thank you very much, Professor Richard Greenbrier. This place just keeps going on and on and on forever as well. So what's in here? Tons of old newspapers. It's very, very clearly a fire hazard. Terrence Greenbrier or Oscar Mason or whoever had like all of this crap in here. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Something Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I don't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come. Oh, how cute!
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Cool stuff about being the psycho host girl. Cool thing number one, everyone in the hall thinking you don't know they're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of peripheral listening, I guess. That's a lie to mom to dad situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were so loud and real and awesome. Everybody was moving together. Oh, she's talking about like the gig that they went to. So yeah, obviously the basement is after becoming her kind of secret place. Hello, senior high school. Appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter to initiative and was well written, but does not change my Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours. The fact that the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. In fact, he allegedly disgraced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in the incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, being no convincing evidence who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. Would suggest letting this issue drop, as would only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole instance in the first place.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
But yeah, as I've already said like a couple of times, very clearly, um, after becoming her kind of secret place, I guess, where she kind of so her bedroom, which is like arguably like someone's bedroom, is the oh my god, where the fuck am I now? Um, oh, I'm in like that place that was locked. A kid's bedroom is going to be like the outer expression of who they are or whatever, but really and truly there's only like bare traces of of what's actually going on in Sam's life in her bedroom. The actual expression of who she is and everything about like what really is important to her, like what music she loves and her feelings for Lonnie or whatever, are all in the basement there. Can I not open this? That's quite weird. Anyway, let's continue on because we have like a new area to explore. So as you guys can tell, so her parents do know Lonnie. They've had her over for dinner and stuff like that, but I guess they just think they're friends. Even though you can tell there's like some sort of misgivings there with her mom being like, oh, you used to behave yourself more before you became friends with that Lonnie girl and all of this kind of thing. So here we are in the room that was previously locked, that also opens out from the foyer. National ticket. Kink 102 FM presents Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh my god. Another one of her parents' concert tickets, I guess. I always think they're like something that you can pull out, but they're just like the crappy... They're just like the crappy, wallpaper peeling. So what's in here? Read note. Sam, the skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3 American. I love it. Merry Christmas, love you, Lonnie. Oh, so that's like where the Mexican skull came from that we were looking at earlier as well. I'm actually not going to go in there yet until I've explored everything here. Even though this is like quite a big... Actually, I'm going like more into uncharted territory there. That's the one thing, is like there's so much stuff that you could potentially look at, and again, like every single little scrap of paper that you could look at potentially reveals so much. Call Daniel. Daniel says he's coming over to get his game back. Oh, great. Inside edition. His camp, who's specialist and deviant behavior and sexuality. Oh my god.
Katie, you know how Mom and Dad are. Not exactly super open-minded about things. It feels like every minute I don't spend with Lonnie, I spend worrying about them finding out about us. And what would happen if they did? You know Dad's joke about the nunnery that he'd tell whenever he brought boys around the old house? I wonder where he'd want to send me.
Okie dokie. I think that kind of explains, like, that obviously Sam is just extremely concerned about how her parents would react, which is a very legitimate way to feel, I guess. Especially if you're in 1994 America compared to 2018 anywhere else. Hey Lonnie, sorry, my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then when she is home, she takes it out on you, like, because you're not a member of the family, she knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. It's okay. I know she's just jealous of her cool and freewheeling lifestyles. I feel sorry for she's doing plenty of freewheeling herself, it seems. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Something like that, I know I shouldn't complain. Being serious, my mom's a psycho Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No, I think is her answer. Okay.